While the Chicago Bears did not draft a safety in this year's draft, they did sign a multi-threat safety as an undrafted free agent in Tysheem Johnson. We're going to discuss what he could bring to this team, all and more, right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host there, Hayes, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go and get into the content for today, y'all. The Chicago Bears signed Tysheem Johnson out of Oregon. This is a guy who, while short, he's 5'10", 210 pounds to play that safety position as a defensive back. He brings a lot of the kind of dog mentality that you like to see out of your safeties. It could be why the Chicago Bears bring him in. Tashim Johnson is a versatile safety that can play and excels in coverage and in man when it comes down to it. He also offers pretty solid run support as well. His instincts are really what stands out with him the most when you look at his tape, right? He has the ability to impact the game on all three levels, and he has an above average speed as well that helps, right? So his intellect, the speed, and he makes it to be a pretty solid asset for most defenses in college, of course, right? While Johnson has really good coverage in zone coverages where he's really good, his awareness, his ball skills, it all allows him to get in the passing lanes, capitalize off turnovers, do all those type of things. But also there's some things that it does impact his effectiveness when he's up against larger wide receivers and tight ends, which could be a problem there for him, especially at the NFL level with the size that he's going to consistently run into. When you look at the course of his collegiate career, over 4 years, he did have 6 interceptions over those 4 years, 2 sacks as well, 10 passes deflected as well, none last year with Oregon. But this is a guy that brings up, some of the skill set that you're definitely looking for as a playmaker in the secondary, right? When you look at the passing game specifically, right, he has really good ball skills when it comes down to it, and he has solid awareness to read the quarterback, and he has pretty good instincts when it comes to that. He reacts really quick, which puts him in a spot to be able to create turnovers when it comes down to it, and that ability in zone coverage makes him a kind of specialized weapon in clear downs where you want to use zone coverage, and his instincts are able to help him really get to that part as well, right? He also, despite his size, is a very physical player, and he really kind of excels in man coverage against slot receivers, which could be where the Bears could try to look to play him at, especially in preseason and things like that, right? He's going to have to continue to develop that ability, especially on deep throws where he, in congested plays where he kind of gets lost some time at, right? But this is a guy that brings some of those things that you're looking for there in the run game, right? That's where his aggressiveness really comes in at. He does use his speed, he uses his size, and he uses his instincts to be a really solid run defender when it comes down to it. He has a motor that just does not stop. He gets near the line of scrimmage and he puts it, and he's really solid tackler in the open field. So if you get to that level of the defense, he has really good instincts to be able to bring you down. He doesn't miss a lot of tackles when it comes down to it. And that ability to read plays and react pretty quickly is what helps him kind of overcome some of his physical limitations when it comes down to that, right? Now, he's going to have to get stronger at the NFL level. There's no question about that, right? And he's able to kind of refine some of those advanced moves. I can see him being a solid player, especially in run support as well. But being and mixing up defensive packages is really where it comes down to it. When you're looking at Tysheem Johnson, he really kind of shapes up to look like a special teams contributor and maybe a rotational safety that plays some special roles for you, at least initially, while he's working on growing his skills and things like that. His amazing instincts, his ball skills, it does make him a threat to be a solid contributor as well. He just has to stay really active, right, and continue to work on things. The way that he improves his tackling, the way that he improves his ability to get off the block, those type of things, how he handles those physical matchups in the NFL level, those are going to be some of the more telling things to kind of describe how and what he can turn into at the NFL level. But he is a guy that that does have an ability to be a contributor on all downs, whether they're clear run downs or clear passing downs. It's just about how you use them, right? I think that's the thing that you're going to look at. He has a pretty decent floor, I think, but not necessarily the highest ceiling. I think that's something that definitely could hurt him when it comes down to it. But the Bears are clearly taking a shot at him here. Like most undrafted free agents, he's going to get a look to see what he can bring to the team, specifically in training camp. I think if he really kind of makes a name for himself and adapts to the scheme in training camp, we know that Dennis Allen loves his defensive backs. And that's the thing that gives Tysheem Johnson a little bit of a leg up in a scenario like this, is because he's coming to a team that's going to love ability to use their defensive backs in a lot of different ways, right? And so that versatility, right, that aspect is something that really plays very well into Tysheem Johnson's skill set. The biggest question is those physical matchups. That's really where I'm worried about the most at. You have to be able to deal with the physicality at the NFL level. And with him not necessarily dealing with that the best in college, it does raise some red flags there. And keep in mind, Oregon's secondary wasn't necessarily the best in college football either. So was he somebody that really shined because of the effort that he was given amongst a group that just wasn't that good? Or do those skills translate even in a more solid secondary, especially at the NFL level? That's going to be the thing here. If he can carve out a role for himself, I think in special teams first, that's going to be something that definitely helps him out, right? Solid tackles in the open field, things like that. All the skill sets really kind of overlap with that pretty well. But outside of that, Tashim Johnson is joining a very deep backfield, right? And that's the thing that's going to make it the most difficult for him to really kind of crack the rotation here with the Chicago Bears. Again, practice squad is definitely what you're looking at, but you can only hold so many people on the practice squad. The Bears already have a number of undrafted free agents that seem like they're really clear kind of benefit for that practice squad for the Chicago Bears. But then again, you never know coming into camp, right? An injury here, injury there, a move off, whatever happens there, it could open up the door for some other things to happen. But Tashim Johnson, he has the motor, right? And that's the thing that I really love about players like a Tashim Johnson, regardless of the size or anything like that, where he lacks with some things. You see that he gives the effort, and that's the thing that could help him stand out, in training camp and things like that. He's going to have to bring that effort every single day, because if he does not bring it, he get passed up. And if his dream is making the NFL, this is his opportunity to do it. And like I said, he's coming to a team and a head coach in Dennis Allen that, because of the way that he likes to put out so many defensive backs out there, this is opportunity to make it. So a lot of these guys are coming in here. They're going to try to turn heads. They're going to try to give everything that they can to end up making a squad eventually. And Tashim Johnson brings a really nice dog mentality. And that's really what I like on the defense. So those that have been watching the show for a while know that I am a defense guy, right? I love defense. Make no mistake about it. I appreciate offense. Hell, I'm a former running back. But defense is the thing, right? I love when the Bears defense is really good. And if he comes in here, he puts in the work, you just never know where that could possibly leave him. But Tashim Johnson, safety out of Oregon, 5'10", 200 pounds, ability to really maybe be a takeaway machine when it comes down to that. And if he's able to bring that ability to the Chicago Bears, you never know what's going to happen. So, Tashim Johnson, safety out of Oregon. Let me know what you guys think on that. You guys can follow us at Shy Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. That's thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, Chi-Town up, but bear down. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.